Thank you, Madam Chair. And thank you, Mr. Dodaro, for being here today and sharing your report with us. You know better than most the importance of ensuring our government is running efficiently and that we need to be good stewards of our taxpayer dollars. One of my goals in Congress is to make sure that government is accountable to the people it serves, and your report helps us show where we can improve. In your report, under retained areas, you highlighted the cost of funding our nation's infrastructure. As you are aware, our nation's infrastructure is in need of repair and improvement. Worn down, broken roads and bridges pose a safety risk for travelers across the United States. My own district experienced this in 1967 when the Silver Bridge across the Ohio River collapsed, killing 46 people. Improving our infrastructure ensures that we can connect our rural and urban areas and continue to get our goods and services across the United States. It also means economic development for the communities in our country. However, to ensure we repair and maintain our nation's infrastructure requires a significant investment. Given the cost of repairs and improvements to our infrastructure, can you elaborate more on your findings?
Yes. The Highway Trust Fund, for example, on surface transportation, has not been able to pay the annual amounts necessary to maintain federal investment in highway repairs, for example, since 2008. There's not enough money being generated through the tax on gas to be able to do that. So Congress has had to appropriate additional money. There's enough money been appropriated to provide funding to 2021. After that, there's a big gap. If you want to maintain spending right now, it's about $45, $50 billion a year. You'd have to have $158 billion to cover the 2022 to 2029 period. So the whole concept initially of our transportation system, particularly the highway portion, was it was supposed to be funded by users and to be self-sufficient over time. That's no longer the case. And so the Congress needs to deal with the financing aspect of it. Ms. Susan Fleming's joined me. There's also a standpoint of making sure that the investments by the state and local levels produce better results with a number of the discretionary grants and other money that's there. And she can talk to you about reforms underway there.
Okay, well, we need to fund our vital infrastructure, but according to the DOT, only 15% of the roads in California are in good condition, and they have the second highest gas tax in the country. Furthermore, about 20%, or $8 billion, of all federal gas tax revenue doesn't even go to the roads. Before we even go to the taxpayers and ask them to give their government more hard-earned tax dollars, we have to be sure every dollar is being used efficiently and effectively as possible. Are there other efficiencies and revenues that you think that we could use to fund infrastructure other than gas taxes?
Well, there's other recommendations that we have to make more efficient use of the money that's there, particularly discretionary programs given the state and local level. Susan can elaborate.
You know, I think it is a policy call for Congress about whether or not you want to increase revenues through additional gas tax or other sources. What we recommended is to spend the money wisely and efficiently. And we've applauded the fact that the last two surface reauthorization bills have required that the Department of Transportation move toward a performance-based framework. So basically ensuring that we are getting the best value for the dollars that are being spent. We're in the early stages of that framework. DOT has put out rulemaking, and now the states are in the process to establish targets and to evaluate performance. So we're optimistic that we're heading in the right direction.
Thank you very much. Also, I'd like to shift our focus to the Veterans Health Administration. As you are aware, in 2014, a scandal broke at the Phoenix VA where it was found out veterans were dying while they were waiting for care. We also found the VA was covering up its extended wait times. This is unacceptable and has since shed light on other problems that are facing the Veteran Health Administration. I'm very lucky in my district. We have a great veterans hospital, the Hershey Woody Williams VA Medical Center. However, I want to make sure all veterans across the United States receive good access to the care they've earned and deserved. What immediate changes need to be made at the Veterans Health Administration?
Ms. Nikki Clyers is our expert in that area. I'll have her respond.
Thank you.
Representative, one of the things that we've recommended for them to do is to look at their access standards that they have for the veterans and make sure that the access standards they have in place represents the full life cycle from when the veteran approaches the medical center for appointment to when they're actually seen, to determine how long that is taking, and then make adjustments based on that to ensure that they're getting timely access to the care that they need.
Okay, thank you very much.